This video is brought to you by SoundMoneyCampaign.com. Be part of the solution. Visit SoundMoneyCampaign.com today.
You're listening to Unconventional Finance Viewers' Questions with your host Elijah Johnson and our guests Chris Duane and Brother John F.
This viewer's question is, why not create a new cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but back it with precious metals?
Well, a lot of people have brought that up, but that gets at the main problem with fiat currencies. And a lot of people have said that it's a fiat currency. It's not a fiat currency. A fiat means decree, and there is no decree. There is no law mandating that people use it. It's adopted by the free market. But the idea that you would back a cryptocurrency with something means that then it would no longer be peer-to-peer. It would no longer be decentralized because someone would have to be the guarantor of this thing. And that's why I posted on my blog today, Bill Still came out and he's against the Bitcoin. And of course, we know Bill Still wants to have the Federal Reserve abolished, but then he wants to hand over that ability over to the Congress, and he wants these these crooks and criminals to be able to print up as much money as they want. Of course, they'd blow us into a hyperinflation faster than Ben Bernanke could blink. So, the Bill Still types and the people like that who want to give that power over to government, that's not a solution. The only solution for these things is to have a decentralized market-based system. You can see it now with BitTorrent. They've done everything they possibly can to stop BitTorrent. They cannot stop it. To this day, if you want to get a Blu-ray copy of any movie out there, you can fire up your uTorrent and head over to one of the torrent sites, find a copy, and then you're going to link up with another 1,000 peers that currently have a copy of that. And, I don't want to get into the debate of whether Western copyright conceptions are correct or whatever. The fact of the matter is that they cannot stop it. They've been trying for the longest time to stop it, and they can't stop it because it's peer-to-peer. If the Bitcoin were backed by something, then it would have a central point. It would be no longer peer-to-peer, and then they would just have to attack that one point, and that way they could bring it down.
Yeah, I mean, at some point there is going to be a cryptocurrency backed by digital or backed by real assets. In fact, the last thing that I've been doing is talking about how the elite, the criminal elite, are going to, I believe, use the Hegelian dialectic of the collapsing dollar and as the thesis of their Hegelian dialectic, use the gold standard as the antithesis of that, meaning that when the paper currencies are going to collapse, they're going to roll out, we should have, go back onto the gold standard where, bring honest money into the system. Meanwhile, it's another monopoly currency that the bankers and the same guys that have destroyed the paper monetary system, they're going to control that game too. And I think the synthesis solution that they're going to roll out is a digital backed gold currency, whether it's 2018 or whenever it is. And they're immediately going to start, rehypothecating and fudging that. So I think that the solution is always in the opposite consciousness. If the world is suffering from intangible perception-based values of the dollar and the stock market and the bonds and derivatives and all these other things that are built up on this perception of debt and value and stuff like that, then you have to stick with real stuff. If the problem is a monopoly currency like the dollar, another gold standard is probably even the only thing worse than an unbacked fiat system. In fact, I went through the whole time period right after the Civil War is one of the worst times to be alive when they demonetized silver and got rid of all the greenbacks, and the United States was suffering for 10 years under the gold standard. But at the end of the day, I think that the future after the collapse, not before, after the collapse, is going to be local. It's going to be local currencies. It's going to be gold, silver, copper, commodity currencies, backed currencies, faith-based currencies, based where there's accountability, and local. I don't see global solutions. I don't see one big shot as being the future. I think that the elite would love to have it, but I think that they're going to overplay their hand this time, and humanity will have the opportunity of doing something different.
For more interviews and financial insight, go to unconventionalfin.com.